I believe that every single piece of content that I've ever made and any other self-improvement creator has ever made is useless without one thing, and that's your mentality. I look at a lot of other creators' content. What are other people saying in the space that I could draw inspiration from? And you get the classic stuff of like, just take 5 a.m. showers, cold exposure, this amount of steps in the day, and then you'll solve all your problems. And these things are great. Some of them are great. All of it is useless if you are not within the right mentality to succeed. And what I mean by that is you can do all of the cold showers you want. Go into monk mode and grind all you want. But if you deep down believe that you're still a failure, or that you believe that you don't have the credentials or the ambition to do this, then you're gonna fail. And that's just how it is. And like me, I don't actually do a lot of self-improvement stuff. I mean, I try to take care of myself well enough. I go to the gym and I stretch here and there, but I'm not doing all of this accessory work, But deep down, I know that within myself, I have the drive to accomplish what I want to. I've built up this mentality that maybe it's a little bit naive, but I just believe that somehow I'm gonna figure it out. There's no possible way that I fail. That's the first thing that you need to address before you do any of this other stuff of skincare, looks maxing, I don't know, anything that is in the self-improvement space. All of that doesn't matter if you still believe that you're a failure or that you're a loser or something, right? Something negative like that. Because when you have a strong mentality that you're gonna succeed, then I believe that you're more likely to actually do the things that are required of you to succeed. Like if I believe that I am gonna figure it out, I'm special, right? Then I'm much more likely to go to the gym because I believe that I have like the good genetics, or that I have, the willpower to get the good body, right? But if I went to the gym and I thought like, man, I'm just such a loser, I'm not actually good enough to do this, then it's much more likely that you're gonna go in and not know what you're doing and feel shy, feel unconfident, and give up. And I know I mention creator stuff all the time, but if I believed that I was not going to succeed on YouTube, then I would probably get a lot more bothered when I post a video that completely flops. Like, oh shit, I just, cards are not in it for me. I'm just a fucking loser, right? And I mean, this might sound like cope, but it literally does not matter at all what the numbers say when I post a video. I don't know, man. I've just convinced myself 100% that it's going to work out on a long enough time scale. So I can spam out videos, I can make all the content I want, and if most of it fails, then that's perfectly fine. Because you have to think this way. It's not optional to think that you might fail, because I don't want anyone to be irresponsible and have no plan B at all. Like going so hard into YouTube or gym or whatever your goal is, and then it actually didn't work out, and then you're kind of left out to dry. I don't want that for anyone, but I do believe that given the sheer amount of competition, the amount of things that could go wrong and would result in your failure, you kind of have to ignore them and just press on anyways. Because I think a lot about, comparison. I think everyone does to a certain extent. And the reason that we all want to succeed so badly is because we are chronically online and we look at what other creators have done and we're like, I also want to have the Bugatti or whatever it is. And it's incredibly dangerous to think this way because you're viewing the end result, Like if you're really into bodybuilding and you look at Chris Bumstead, who's won, 4 or 5 Olympias at this point, people are looking up to him that they want that body, they want that amount of success and money and notoriety. But you really should be comparing yourself to Chris back in 2016, the amateur bodybuilder, when he was still on the rise, Why would you compare yourself to a billionaire when you only have $30 in your bank account? You have to think on much smaller milestones and timescales before you can even begin to get to that level. And I think that's honestly a lot of what my mentality comes from, because I don't expect any of my videos to get 100,000 views in a day or anything crazy, right? There's other creators like Hamza in self-improvement, and he'll post a video and get 100K in a day, and I'm like, why am I not getting that, right? But I don't play that game. I don't compare myself to him because he's been doing this for 5 years or something crazy, Why would I expect to be at that level? You have to simultaneously ground yourself and keep your expectations in check while also believing that you eventually can reach that level. With enough videos, enough time and practice, that I will get to Hamza's level. It's just going to take a lot of time. And whoever you look up to, that you want to emulate their success, look at them when they were starting, because that's where you're at. You're not at that level. And once you recognize that it is going to take years, and you're okay with that, that's when you've built that mentality. And that's when you can finally start doing all the extra stuff like cold showers and, you know, looks maxing. Then you can do that. But if you don't even have your mentality in order yet, if you don't have that foundation, then it's all just gonna fall apart like a house of cards. But those are my thoughts for today. So I'll catch you later.